My best friend wanted me to make this video. It's because my female bestie went under a serious depression due to a breakup recently. It's been a month actually, and the way she explains her love story, I'm not sure it's a breakup kind of a thing. It's more of a conscious decision she made, but she went under a serious depression, and she spoke to me and I told her all the reality and truthful, honest thing about love and relationship. She motivated, inspired me to do this video for everybody out there. The knowledge that I gained, or the reality of a relationship that I understood from great spiritual gurus like Sadhguru. Here's a video. Namaskar everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Speaking about love, relationship, marriage, to be honest and truthful, love is a wonderful experience. Certain sweetness produced in ourselves, stimulated by another person, is a wonderful experience to have in everybody's life. Before jumping into that content, I don't know why people are so focused on one aspect of relationship. It's kind of funny, when I observe people focusing too much on that one aspect. Because let me fill it in. Relationship with my mother and father is unique. Relationship with my sister and brother is amazing. Relationship with my best friend versus just friends on people are different, isn't it? Relationship with my social media friends are entirely different. At least this is how the society works right now. I don't have any boundaries to all these people. I equally treat them, and everybody to me is amazing. But this is how at least the society works. There are different kind of relationships happening around us, and I don't know why people are so focused on one aspect of relationship, which is this boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband and wife thing. But why this breakup and these things are happening is the question, isn't it? Let me put it this way. If you love someone, you will love that person for who they are. You shouldn't have any opinions or judgment or any kind of strings attached to them, pulling them according to your tunes. That is not love. That is some sort of slavery. If you love someone, if you are in love with someone, you will let them do whatever they want. That is love. And you still love for that person who he is or she is. What kind of a person that is doesn't matter. You love. If you have strings, if you have opinions about the person, it's not love. You're trying to change a person in a different way. You are manipulating it according to your tunes. That's not how life works. Don't do that. Why the breakups are happening is, from my understanding, I'll say, it's because of the unrealistic expectations you have for that person. It's silly that everybody takes life as a fairy tale kind of a thing. You try to implant it in reality. The fairy tale is not going to happen. It's like a animated movie. All kind of beautiful, wonderful things are happening, but you cannot implant it in the real life. It's just a movie. Unfortunate reality of the relationships are like that. You have so much nonsense building it in your mind. You try to project onto that person. That is not how it's going to work, because everybody have their own nonsense. By referring to nonsense, what I'm saying is, what makes sense to me doesn't make sense to another person, isn't it? So it's best to say that person have some nonsense, this person have some nonsense. If you understand each other with all that nonsense, you adjust it in a certain way, balance it in a certain way, the relationship will nourish, and you have all kind of possibility to have a blissful life together. But here what is happening is, you are building up this fairy tale in your mind. You're projecting all kind of nonsense, all kind of things like that. That's not life going to work. Then I often hear these things like, oh, she's my happiness, he's my happiness. No one can become somebody else's happiness, to be honest. You are the only source of your own joy and misery. Then the other thing I often hear is, she's same as me. Oh, please no. Nobody can become same as you. You are definitely different, entirely different in your own ways, and somebody else is like you is end of that relationship or the end of that life. Because if you put two magnets, it definitely needs to be a positive on one and negative on the other. You cannot just join with positive and positive, isn't it? That's how relationship works. There are certain nonsense here, there are certain nonsense here. You need to make it work together. If there is no negative here, only positives, not going to work. The often thing that a lot of social media projects right now these days is talking about soulmates. Soulmate, they're the one person sent from heaven to you. God sent her or he for a reason, there's a purpose. With all respect, there is no such things like soulmate or the one person from heaven for you. You can love anybody you want, you can marry anybody you want. There is no soulmate, because as a human being, we have different needs. We'll come to that later. But your soul doesn't need a mate. Only you need a mate as a human being. It's some rubbishness we picked up from certain other ideas. These are all ideas, stupid ideologies. So there is nothing like soulmate or the one person sent from heaven for you. You can absolutely marry anybody you want. By referring to love, I will say, don't love someone. Don't love. Become the love. If you become the love, doesn't matter whoever is in front of you, whoever the person he is, what kind of a person he is. You will love the person the way it is. If you love someone, if you try to love someone, you are trying to implant that nonsense, So become love. Then let's say things happened. The unfortunate reality, the breakup happened, you went under depression or kind of that. You shouldn't feel guilt or you shouldn't feel any kind of suffering for that nonsense built in your mind. Why don't you just thank the person and move on? He or she broke up with actually gave you an opportunity to walk in a spiritual path, to understand yourself and people. Thank that person, gratefully it happened in your life, move on, is the best thing you need to do when you have breakup happen. If that happened, I know, like I said, it's an unfortunate reality, I know it's hard, but don't suffer for all that nonsense. You are not ready to experience things in a blissful way. Unfortunate reality is that you try to live too fast, you're rushing towards that. Things won't happen. Even if you try, the universe won't let you happen it. So things happen like that. Accept it gratefully and move on. Thankfully, thanking that person because he or she gave an opportunity for you to experience life, understand life. Let's dive into the other big debate going on, or the other big question a lot of people ask, whether love marriage or arranged marriage is better. Because I laugh when people ask me which is the perfect relationship, because there is nothing like a perfect person in this world, or just there is no perfect relationship, because relationship is always variable reality. It's not an absolute reality. Let's say if you have a garden, you pay right attention, you nurture it in a specific way, the flowers will blossom. And if you don't show the right attention to it, if you don't nurture it, that garden will be destroyed soon. Just like that, relationship is a variable reality. It's because there are ups and downs and shifts happening, and you need to manage it in a specific way to blossom. Again, people have this unrealistic imagination and expectations about relationships and marriage. Say you saw something in the movie and you expect that from your partner or that person. It's not going to happen, because that's the enhanced perception of life. This here is us, reality. So which is the best, love marriage or arranged marriage? It's just an arrangement. Before diving into that marriage thing, let me say this. India have the minimalist cases or minimalist ratio of divorce cases comparing with the other parts of the world. Let's say out of 10 there are 7 to 8 cases happening around the world. Here in India, that's 1 to 2%. Isn't it a wonderful thing to hear as an Indian, because we have this big tradition of arranged marriages happening for years. It's still happening, especially in South India. Isn't it a wonderful thing to hear that we have the minimalist ratio of divorce cases? So now you tell me arranged marriages are bad, or is it a suffering? No, it's just an arrangement, because like I previously said, there are different needs when it comes to human being. Let's say sexual intercourses, physical intimacy is base of relationship. Everybody says that, isn't it? But there are other needs also, like not only just about reproducing. There are mental needs, psychological needs, social needs, financial needs, economic needs. There are a lot of needs when it comes to a human being, and the entire idea of marriage is this: arrange it in a sensible way. Because the idea is, if two people engage and invest in all these needs united together as one, it's better. You can enhance life in a blissful way, much better way. That's the entire idea of marriage. There is no fairy tale about marriages. It's going to be special for those two people, but there is no fairy tale about it. Of course, there will be exploitation. I'm not saying there are zero exploitation happening. Even in the love marriage or arranged marriage, there are always exploitive people out here. So be careful, be aware of that. Of course, yes. But the biggest painful thing, what so far I see here in Kerala, especially, I don't know the other part of Kerala, is this Jadagam stupidity, the horoscope matching. It's so painful to see that people are paying so much attention to this nonsense. Because how ridiculous is a person who matches the stars and say you have the absolute chance of living together forever? It's a nonsense. Don't caught up to that unrealistic mindset, guys. Jadagam and horoscoping kind of thing. This happened in my family too. I know you can relate to a lot of people out there. Horoscopes are matched. The person said these people have absolute chances of living together forever, and now they're sitting in two parts of country, divorced. This happened in my family. So don't caught up with that kind of unrealistic mindset or nonsense. The only person who can make a marriage blissful 100% is you. If you decided to stay committed, you take the responsibility no matter what. I'm saying this, no matter what. You're going to live with that person for the rest of your life. You guys make the decision. No matter what world throws at you in your life, you will experience it in a blissful way. And let's say the love marriage, arranged marriage thing, because either way, it's just an arrangement, okay? Love marriage or arranged marriage. Marriage is an arrangement. If you have the sense, if you are responsible, if you have the sense to choose the person and stay committed for the rest of your life, then doesn't matter, you choose it. But if you don't have the sense, it's good that responsible, sensible people will arrange it for you. So don't take marriage as a fairy tale. It's just an arrangement. Rest of how you're supposed to live that life is in your hand. Nobody can tell you how you're going to live. You are the only people who are controlling that. Everything is in your hand. So I hope you guys get the answer towards that. It's just a sensible way of arranging for all those needs, and there is nothing like one person or soulmate from the heaven for you. Don't caught up into this unrealistic mindset. This is where breakup or divorce, or there are some other explanations like divorce and all kind of things, like sexual exploitation or things like that. Mental exploitation definitely happening around the world, but that's whole different aspect, and it should be addressed and stopped soon. But in most cases, when it comes to this love relationship thing, is this unrealistic explanations and fairy tales about the other person. Don't caught up into that. Most importantly, nourish yourself first, because people are too rushing to live. Life is not going to happen. That is another reality when it comes to these breakups and all that. Don't rush to live. Nourish yourself to a better place when you're ready. Doesn't matter whoever you get married with, you will have a wonderful life. That being said, take care. The cases of corona are increasing rapidly here in India, especially in Kerala and all that. We recently have corona cases in my town, also in my block. So be careful and stay safe and healthy. Don't do anything stupid. Consciously and responsibly manage life in a blissful way. Till next time, Thank you so much for watching. Actually, first time in the history of my channel, I actually wrote a script for this vlog because I want this to be specific, honest and truthful to you guys when I share it. It's crazy. I actually wrote all the points that I just shared and put a little effort to make this video close to perfection, because there's nothing like perfection in anything. So but I tried my level best. I hope I tried my level best. Looking forward to make more videos like this in the future. Man, this is history here. I never wrote something. Like usually I switch on the camera and shoot all the nonsense, which is like I do, but this is different, and I'm so happy that I made something like this. Yeah.